Osawaro Clinton.
Okay. The seminar you are just attending, what do you have to say about the seminar?
The seminar was mind-blowing. It was educative. I learned that those people who take alcohol, they are just creating doom for their lives, because there's a particular percentage of alcohol that is in our food which we take, except that we are not supposed to add extra alcohol to our system, because alcohol contains too much sugar which destroys the lysosomes of the body, and then alcohol cannot be converted from sugar to glucose because it has already destroyed the lysosomes of the body. And also, drug abuse is when we take drugs without the doctor's prescription. Sometimes we might be sick, but we need drugs, but when we are sick, we need to take drugs with the doctor's prescription. If not, we are doing bad to our lives.
What advice will you have for those who were not here today to be part of this ceremony?
The advice I have for them is that they should learn more about drugs abuse. Then they can go to the internet in search of all those meanings, in search of the usage of drugs. Thank you.
What's the name again?
My name is Osawaro Clinton.
Yes, sir.
What do you want the government to do? Find a solution. Find a solution to it.
Thank you very much. I'm not saying that the government should ban it totally, but I think that the government should put agency to look out for those people who are still selling these drugs in small pharmaceutical places. That is, the government should make sure that places where they are sold, they should be regulated. They should be regulated, and they should know people who they are selling it to, in order for them not to misuse it illegally.
Name again.
Eukarya Oshima.
Has done enough to address the issue of drug abuse in this country?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Government is not doing any. Government has not done anything. It's not doing much at all. That's why we are trying to do what we are doing now. Because, like I said earlier during my lecture, it has gone higher. In fact, it is becoming more predominant in our time. Each time I look at my students, I fear for this nation. All around, even the most prevalent one is the females, the girls. The way they use and abuse drugs is too high. In the university campuses, on our streets, around us, it's something government really needs to take the bull by the horn and address. When our only two, we are trying to see how we can tackle this issue from the level of the students, from the younger level, secondary school level, and that's why we are here. I feel that government need to invest more. Government to take this matter to the school, to the parents, to the communities, and also to the institutions. The professionals like us will also be able to participate and see better way to tackle it from the home front, religious circle, then from the community, the school. A lot should be done. And some of these drugs that are banned now, not just being banned. My colleague was saying that some of these drugs are illicit, but they are still being sold. Tramadol is still everywhere. You still buy it. NAFDAC is there. Other drug enforcement they are there, but what NDLA they are there, but the drugs are still there. Cannabis is still being sold on the streets, in the corners of our environment. What's government doing? Even some of our agencies, enforcement agencies, they are also buyers, producers of this same thing. So how do we get there? That's the problem. That's why I said government is not really doing much, and for me not to talk too much. I was even some of these institutions of government and some highly placed persons, they use these drugs. So how do we solve this problem?
Okay. What effort do you think the government should, apply in order to see that?
Nigeria is a very blessed country. We have professionals, we have gifted men, we have people who will give you theories, propagate and develop. But then the problem we have is that political will. Government does not have political will to address any issue. They just say it, they will not address it. That maybe because all of us are also guilty of the whole matter. Maybe that's why. And then we see that eventually we make law, we want to address this. Over time, we push that aside, or we just do a cosmetic show to say we are addressing it. It doesn't go down into the street or down to the community. The matter continue to be there and even grow worse. I don't think until we begin to pay, we are committed to have that political way, not a lip service. This issue will continue to go worse.
Thank you very much. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jude Demuda, and yes, and I'm a lecturer at University of Benin, adult and non-formal education. Yes, I'm a lecturer at University of Benin, adult and non-formal department. That's where I'm from. I agree, sir. Yes.
The name, sir. Aruagbon Irabo is the name. Aruagbon Irabo is the name.
So how do you feel about this coming of this organization to come and teach your students and the need for them to avoid the drug and wrong use of drug?
In fact, I'm overwhelmed. I never expected this much, but bless God for the day. So the essence of me inviting them, they themselves ever ready to anchor this program with the school. I grew up in an environment of this kind of illegal drugs, alcoholism, all together. So among my friends, we're 12. I'm the only one that actually is not one of the way they go by. So, and I also want my students too. Though I know some of them are already one way or the other finding their way into it, but I've seen the need for this. And from what they have learned today, based on me, on my own, I felt I have all the experience. I discovered that I'm also learning. In fact, I don't know what to say about it. Or in general, I thank God for this day, and I thank God for the great impact this program will have in the lives of these students. And I know these students on their own, they will go home and also teach their parents, tell their parents what they have learned today, talk to their friends that are in other school, how to control themselves, not to involve themselves in any of this alcoholism, drugs, abusing drugs. I know definitely every day, one way or the other, mistakenly we abuse drugs, not recommended to us by the doctor, but hence they have known it and they abstain from it. Thank you, sir.
You're informed to put this seminar together for this school children.
Okay, first of all, I think my name is Edwin Asibo. There's a director of Securing the Creative Gold Mine in Youth Initiative. Now, there is this upsurge in substance and drug abuse, especially among youth. And it actually needs a holistic effort, approach to curb. So what actually informed my rationale in coming here to carry out this advocacy program is to, align with the management of the school, to send out to reduce the ignorance of the students, because one of the reasons why they engage in this is ignorance. You understand? By giving them enough knowledge on the drug, everything about drug, as stipulated by the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, a directive. So that is that, sir.
Okay, why do we need to avoid abuse of drugs?
The effect of drug abuse, in fact, is just too much. You understand? Now, apart from the psychosocial effect, whereby they take out people that abuse this drug, they start unleashing terror to society. Sometimes because drug is like a catalyst, it catalyzes the mind. And again, you have medical effects. You understand? Those that take drugs, sometimes they can shut down their central nervous system, be altered. There are so many ranges of effects. And again, especially for the students, because by the time students that are engaging in this drug, in this habit, before you know it, they begin to lose interest in academic activity. And so, if you don't continue in that line, what do we have? What about our development? They are trust of our future. They are trust of our development. Our future lies on these students. So that is that.
Sure, do you think the government has done so well in terms of trying to regulate this drug abuse?
Well, government on their own part, they have tried. At least they have banned the use of tramadol and codeine. They've banned it. But you know that these drugs, they still find their way from the black market, and it's every year. You understand? So the government, they've tried their best, but that is why we, the civil society and every other people, we need to put hands together to fight this menace.
Your name again?
Edwin Asibo, the Executive Director of Securing the Creative Gold Mine in Youth Initiative. Thank you.